my next secret, of course, is exercise. And I'm sure you all know exercise burns fat. And it don't take a lot. It really don't. I was a coach with a senior center here in San Diego, where I live. I was a coach there for some time, and I was with seniors. Some of them was on walkers, some of them was in wheelchairs, and others were able to walk. And we would walk with them. The people that could do, a lot of the walking, we would go for walks for like 1 or 2 miles. The others that was on walkers and in wheelchair, we would just like walk around the building or something, or around the park, which is not very far for them. But I had this guy that was in my group. He used to have 10,000 steps on his counter, because we use the little step counter that we put on our hip. And we come in at 9:30 in the morning and talk and meet with them. This guy would have at least 9,000 to 10,000 steps on his counter at 9:30 in the morning. I'm like, man, what are you doing? And he told me he used to go and collect cans. He liked to go and collect cans and other stuff, right? Take it to get the money for recycling. For those that don't live in California, we get money back for aluminum, for glass, and all those things, so recycling that kind of stuff, it pays. And some people, some seniors, that's on a fixed income, this guy, he used to go out in the morning and collect cans and all kind of stuff. And he would have 10,000 steps on his counter. And I was like, man, this is unbelievable. So just from 10,000 steps, you can burn a pound of body fat. Okay, this is walking. We just talking about walking. 1 pound of body fat. 1 pound, 1 or 2 pounds a week is safe. That's something that doctors do recommend, and they do agree with. 1 to 2 pounds of weight loss a week is safe. And if you did 10,000 steps, even if 10,000 in a week, you could burn off a pound of fat. It says potentially to burn 3,500 calories, because that 10,000 steps will get you 3,500 calories knocked off from walking. If you create an average caloric deficit of 500 calories over a 7-day period, just 500 in a 7-day period, that will be 3,500 calories. And that would be good for 1 pound of weight loss per week, right there from walking. Now, if you do jogging, if you get on a trampoline, these are things that I suggest to some of my seniors and others that I work with. If you're not injured, you know what I'm saying? You don't have any kind of injury, your doctor okays it, because that's the first thing, we have to do when you get on the program. You have to make sure your doctor's okay with it. Because some people have disabilities or injuries. I have injuries myself because I play a lot of different sports, tennis and basketball and things, and I have injuries too. But if you can jog, you're gonna burn a lot more calories and a lot quicker than just walking. If you can get on a trampoline, and I'm talking about a little small trampoline, I usually buy people like family members or something, this is a gift, that don't like to exercise. If they can jump up and down on this little trampoline, it's a little round thing. You sit on the floor. It only stands maybe about 10 inches off of the floor. Then that's a good workout, because it's something about that jumping up and down that helps to burn them calories off. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be having fun. Now, during the pandemic, it might be a little difficult, but I do like to get on the elliptical. And I see my cousins on the treadmill. I like to get on the elliptical, and I'll do about 30 minutes or 25 minutes on the elliptical, at least 3 times a week. At least 3 times a week. And that's going to help me to keep my cardio up, because I'm very adamant about cardio, being that my mother died of heart disease. And I made a vow to myself that I would not have any problems with my heart. So this is something that, you know, I talk to people about when we put them on a program, and you kind of go how you feel is best for you, whether it's jogging, getting on a treadmill, or whatever. Now, if you really want to burn some fat, all you have to do is make sure that you burn more calories than you eat. Say average person takes in 2,400 calories or 2,200. If you burn more than that 2,400 or 2,200, you are going to start burning fat. You're going to start burning off that excess stuff, burning more calories working out or exercising than you eat. That might not happen like right away, okay? Especially if you're not used to exercising, if you're just starting to exercise, or you're just getting into an exercise program, you may have to work up to doing that. Weightlifting. Weightlifting is something where you can burn continuously. You can continuously burn with weightlifting. You get on a good weightlifting program, and I'm not talking about being a performance weightlifter and stuff, you know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. You don't have to do all that. If you just get into a program that uses either free weights or that use the machine weights, and you start building muscle, because muscle, when you start building it and you're into that weightlifting program, helps you to continuously burn. So, like I said, everybody's not going to be able to do that. But for those that can or want to, just remember, once you get in a weightlifting program, you're going to continuously burn. You know, that's why a lot of these guys, you know, at times I work with a few, we also have them on different supplements to help them burn fat, like chromium, so they can look very defined. You know, they like to say cut up, you know, when you look, they look all cut. Then a lot of times we're using free amino acids and we're using chromium and things like that. So now I'm going to get into the Trim the Fat program. Those are my 5 secrets where you can trim fat. Any questions?
I do have a question. Going back to your information regarding walking.
Walking, yeah.
I think I might have missed something here. I was trying to take a little bit of notes, but you were saying if you accumulate 10,000 steps in a day, that's like 1 pound of body fat?
Right. You can burn a pound of body fat, a pound, or you can burn a pound of weight or fat.
Okay. By that 10,000 steps daily.
Yeah. Yeah, and that averages out to like 3,500 calories. But what I was saying, because yeah, some people are not used to doing 10,000 steps, maybe. You know what I'm saying? That could take a lot of walking. So you can break that up throughout the week, right? And then in a 6 or 7 day period, you know, break that 10,000 steps down, and you still will come out burning the 3,500 calories a week.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. Yes,
okay.
Thank
Anybody
you.
else?
Do you have your program, does it have anything for GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease?
Most definitely. We have something, not necessarily in the Trim the Fat program, but I can talk with you offline about that at another time, because we have stuff for GERDs, okay? But not necessarily in this program that I'm getting ready to present.
Okay, thank you.
Anything you like to add, Dr. Dumas?
But I just want to tell her one thing: food enzymes to help digest your foods.
She said food enzymes. That's something I gave a lecture on digestion, how to get more energy through digestion, and we have some products I can talk to you about, Letitia, that food enzymes and enzymic products and stuff like that she's saying will help your situation.
Yes. Now, are you going to tell them the different facts so they'll know some of what they are? The bad and the good?
Yeah, I put in the chat. Everybody should be able to see the PDF file I put in the chat. It has good fats and bad
Oh,
fats.
good. I was going to add that,
It's
but if
already
you got
in the
it,
chat.
that's good. Okay.
Yeah, it's already in the chat. I can expatiate a little more. It's 2 oils that I have in my house. You know, and when I say I have a regimented diet, it is regimented. There's certain things that I only have in my house. And that's olive oil and peanut oil.
Okay.
No other, well, there is one more oil in my house, but I think I was talking with somebody about it, and that's coconut oil. And I can tell you right now, I do not cook with coconut oil. As you all know, coconut oil is good for a lot of things. Okay, but cooking is not one of them that I suggest, because if you're gonna fry something, on top of the stove, I think the best oil is peanut oil. And the reason is peanut oil has a very high heat point. It has a very high heat point. There's other oils that have high heat points too, like avocado. If y'all look at that list, you'll probably see avocado up there as a monosaturated fat. Peanut oil is a monosaturated fat. So I'm just expatiating on this a little bit since Dr. Dumas talked about it. The reason I use peanut oil over all other oils is also because peanut oil does not go rancid in the body. Do y'all understand what I'm saying there?
Yes.
When an oil goes rancid in the body, it's only gonna hurt and damage. Triglyceride level is gonna go up. You know, you can get yourself in a situation with like coronary heart disease, you know, situations like that. When it goes rancid. That's why I only use peanut oil. It does not go rancid. And some of you may know when people like to fry a turkey for different holidays, they deep fry the turkey and they talk about how good it is. They use peanut oil.
Okay.
Because it does not go rancid in the body. And olive oil, there is one where you could use for cold salads or cold dishes, and there is one you can use for stir fry. There is a separate olive oil you could use for stir fry. Okay, that's just a little bit of heat, and that's what I have in my house. That's it as far as oils. Y'all can check out the rest of them on the handout. Okay, if there's no other questions, I'm gonna get into the trim the fat products. This is just a recap. I talked about cleansing. Usually I do have other seminars that I get really in depth, and I get in a lot of information in my seminars. But some of my followers have been telling me that they really didn't want the in-depthness that I usually do. So that's why in this one, it's a little light. But I do give seminars where it's very packed with information, and I get really deep into digestion and cleansing and all of that. So effective and efficient digestion and cleansing with the right products like ones we have, which I suggest, will get you to where you're gonna start metabolizing fat a lot better than you do now. Reading labels, we talked about that. Looking for if it says saturated fat or not. Massage, that's an area I can help you with, or you can go to, if you have a massage therapist or someone, you can get them to do a lymphatic massage. Or we have the product, lymphatic drainage, which you could just put a few drops in water and drink it. That helps to clear up the lymph system and maybe get some of that congested tissue and stuff, releasing toxins out of there and things of that sort, so the lymph system can flow better. And Metabo Max, that helps to burn fat a lot easier. It helps to give you energy, and it also helps to curb your appetite. During this pandemic, I know a lot of people are having problems with eating because you're not burning enough of that. And, you know, basically, if you're not working, you're maybe just around the house and you're adding on all of these pounds. So exercising is another thing that's gonna help burn fat. Like I said, with weightlifting, you can continuously burn. if you get into a weightlifting program or just add it on to your exercise program. So our first premium plan has the Dieter's Cleanse in it. And I'm gonna just go over some of the things the Dieter's Cleanse has in it. If you get our premium plan, you get the Dieter's Cleanse, Bifodofilus, which is a good good bacteria that you put in the body. You wanna have more good bacteria than bad, because both is in there. Usually when you have a condition or situation, especially with digestion or whatever, you don't have enough good bacteria. So that's what Bifodofilus does. Proactazyme is an enzymic product that we have that will help to burn up these calories, help to burn fat, help to burn carbohydrates, help to burn any type of food that you have. It's a general enzymic type of product that helps to break down your food so your body can either assimilate it or kick it out into waste. Metabo Max, I talked about, and then I have a foods to avoid list. There's specific foods you need to avoid, okay, in order not to be gaining and putting on storing fat in your body. In this premium plan, you will get that. If you want the exercise video is basically from my reduce the belly fat plan. And I talk about a couple of exercises, doing crunches, the proper way to do them. I have a dynamic wheel, I like to call it. It's just a wheel that has handles on it, and you roll it on the floor. And of course, you're like on top of that. That's in that exercise video. This premium plan would cost only $120. And I'm gonna just tell you a little bit about the Dieter's Cleanse. And we usually use the Dieter's Cleanse for people that are interested in weight management. It has bowel detox. Bowel detox is an actual product you can buy by itself, but this is a part of the Dieter's Cleanse. The bowel detox helps to detox your colon and your digestive system. It helps to get rid of that 70 pounds that I said that a lot of people walk around with, waste. It helps to get rid of that. Okay, the mucus, the 20 pounds of mucus I talked about, the bowel detox will help to get rid of the mucus because it has something called bentonite in it. Bentonite is a natural clay that absorbs toxins. Okay, it has activated charcoal. That's something else that's gonna absorb waste and toxins. Activated charcoal is used sometimes in some hospitals when people have drug abuse or overdose. They will use activated charcoal to absorb whatever that drug is that that person overdosed on, to get it out of their body. So ginger is another one. Ginger, as you know, is calming on the digestive system, is soothing. It will heal the intestinal wall. We have situations like, it's a lot of different digestive disorders like colitis. Colitis is like an inflammation of the intestinal wall. Okay, you can have things like impacted colon, where the colon is just so packed tight, fecal matter, and it can't move through. So these are all inside of the Dieter's Cleanse. Another product that's in there is called Master Gland. If you don't know, there are a lot of hormones in the digestive system. And for you females, you all have somewhat of a complex system where you have even more hormones. So not just in your digestive system, but Master Gland is going to allow your hormones to balance out and to be able to do the job they need to do a lot better. If you have like highs and lows, you high in the morning, you know, you're running, you got this, you know, high going, and then maybe later in the day you have this low where you're kind of down. Things like that is a hormonal imbalance. So that is in the Dieter's Cleanse. Things like dandelion root, Don Quai, lemon bioflavonoids, marshmallow root, kelp, all of these things, alfalfa. Alfalfa is one of the herbs that have all of the minerals and all of the vitamins from A to Z in it. It's probably the only herb out there that have almost a complete list of all the vitamins and minerals. You have Enviro Detox. Enviro Detox is a product that we have inside the Dieters Cleanse that works on a cellular level. It works on a cellular level to clean up all of the gunk, all of the waste, all of the toxins within the cells of your body. Okay? That's Enviro Detox. Also, it has a liver cleanse in there. The liver is in charge of 400 different operations in the body. That's a lot. The liver cleanse will help to not only cleanse the liver, but tonify the liver and keep you where you need to be as far as operating on an even keel. The liver is the main organ in the body that deals with toxic waste. So when you're doing a cleanse or something and you're kicking out all these toxins and stuff, okay, the liver is gonna help to subside some of that, okay, and deal with some of them toxins. It's a lot more in there. LBSII, chromium, I talked a little bit about chromium, red clover flower, Cascara sagrada. Cascara sagrada basically is an herb that helps to scrub the inside of the intestinal wall. You know, when you have not done a proper cleanse or something like that, and you're not a vegan or you're not a vegetarian, you can have a lot of waste on your intestinal wall. Cascara sagrada helps to scrub and get all of that stuff off the intestinal wall, okay? Then you have stuff like couch grass in there and ginger, so it can soothe the lining of that wall. So all these things are a combination of herbs in the Dieters Cleanse that are gonna work synergistically, which means no herb is not gonna cancel out another herb. That's during the manufacturing process. They manufacture it synergistically so no herb can knock out any vitamin or some mineral, right? They all work together in there. So that's the Dieters Cleanse. That's the first, what you would start with. If your doctor says okay for you to get on this program and trim the fat, then we would start you with the Dieters Cleanse, especially if you're interested in weight management and trimming the fat, right? Bifodofilus is gonna help, usually afterwards. Some people take it with the cleanse. It kind of depends on how your body, you know, feels with that cleanse. If you have a lot of toxins in the body, we have something that Dr. Dumas likes to talk about that can put you into a cleansing crisis, you say. You might start sweating, you might be itching, you might have mucus coming out your eyes in the morning, coming out your nose, coming out your ears. You know what I'm saying? This is usually when a person is very toxic and have not done anything to cleanse their body. Okay? They've been on a soul food diet or American, you know, a standard American diet, you know, most of their life. And sometimes that can happen. So what I'm saying is you can take the Bifodofilus when you're cleansing. It will help to even out the number of bad bacteria versus good bacteria, and maybe some of that stuff won't affect you as bad. Or if that doesn't happen and that is not a problem, you can do the cleanse first, which is 14 days. 14 days for the Dieters Cleanse. And then you can take the Bifodofilus once you finish that cleanse, and then you'll be taking the Proactazyme with it. Proactazyme is an enzymic product like that. It has a number of different enzymes in there to help break down food properly. A lot of times the average American is not eating a meal that can be broken down properly because people are eating meat, especially if you're eating red meat or pork.